One of the things about my life before conversion to Judaism, I was raised a Christian, born into a Christian household. And one of the things about Christianity, one of the main emphasis of Christianity
You know what you mean.
of Christianity is to develop a personal relationship with Jesus. I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but this is the main thrust. Develop a personal relationship with Jesus. Well, I was challenged one day by a youth minister in a Bible class for young people to, all of us were rather, actually in the class challenged to go and do this homework assignment. Go and learn as much as you can about Jesus so that you can emulate his life. This is what we were told. So I accepted the challenge and took it very seriously. As I said, being born into a Jewish household, I thought, well, a Christian household. I know so much already, this homework assignment is going to be a breeze. It was going to be, we were going to meet back in a couple of weeks and discuss what our findings were in our study. Well, when I went in depth into studying Jesus' life, what I found out was that he was Rabbi Yeshua ben Yosef. He wasn't Jesus. In fact, if he had been walking down the street and you were somehow teleported back into time and you wanted to get his attention, you say, "Hey, Jesus," he probably wouldn't have turned around because that wasn't his name. I found out that he was really a Jewish rabbi. I found out that he kept the tenets of the faith, and I mean very, very seriously. He was Shomer Shabbat. He was Shomer Kashrut. He was, and by the way, this means he kept the Sabbath and he kept the kosher diet. He was Shomer Negiah and Shomer Yachud, which means he didn't seclude himself with women whom he wasn't married to. He didn't touch women whom he wasn't married to. Now, in each thing that I just said, you could find in the Brit Hadashah, which is the New Testament, you can find examples of where that was violated, so to speak, which is how I know that he did these things. And I'll give you just a quick example. His disciples went off to find, they went off to do an errand for him while he sat by a well and waited. As he sat there, a young woman came up and they began to converse. The disciples came back and they saw Jesus conversing with this young woman, and the Brit Hadashah, the New Testament scripture says, and they were astonished that he was talking to her. Now that made no sense to me as a Christian. I didn't understand. Why would it be astonishing that Jesus is talking with this woman? Well, if you understand Shomer Yachud, men and women did not have casual conversations. To this day, among the Orthodox Jews, they still don't. Now, I was asked by an Orthodox, I was going to say Chazan. No, he wasn't Chazan. He was a Cohen. This morning, he found out I was going to be here tonight doing this. He says, "What is your fascination with Jesus Christ, seeing that you daven with the Orthodox?" Inquiring minds want to know, is what he said. And the emphasis of the question basically is, what business is that of yours, this discussion about Jesus? You daven with us now. You should have nothing to do with this. You should have no curiosity about this man. Actually, I should, because Jesus, as I said, was a Jewish rabbi. I'm a Jewish man, but there's more. When I studied the life of Jesus, one of the things I learned, which is what helped me to transition over into Judaism, was that he challenged the notions. Yes, he kept the Sabbath, but he didn't tell everybody else how to do it. And there's some examples of that also. So I shared with the rabbi that I had this, Rabbi Silver knows that I have this life experience, and he asked me to be here tonight. So this is what I'm bringing to the table, and I'm glad to see everybody here tonight. Thank you.